So my name is Lavish Jham, and I'm product manager for Qualys Risk Eliminate. And with me, we have Padmanav Sahasrabudhi, who is going to give you the demo, basically showing you how it works. And with us, we have our privileged guest, Mr. Amit Kumar from Paytm Money, who will talk to us and show his journey, how he's using Qualys patch management solution. So to start with, I would want to show you some myths about Qualys patch management, that we are only used for automation, we are not good enough for security, we are not good enough for IT teams, we are only used by the security teams and not used by large enterprises. I'll debunk these myths, right? We have all the tools that your IT team needs. The RBAC, deploying patches without VPN, patching with SCCM, rollbacking everything, integration with ServiceNow, you name it and we have it, right? And the other one was, the last one was not used by large enterprises. So to debunk that, we have 140 million patches deployed in the past year. And thanks to all of you, it's based on your trust that you deployed these patches, right? I'm showing these numbers just because of you guys. And the other thing that we are very proud of, and we want to tell you this, that we have been ranked as the top one in the GigaOM radar for patch management in 2025. Look at their chart. The closer you are to the center, the bigger you are, the better you are, and you see Qualys, we are right near the target, and we are the best solution in patch management as per GigaOM, right? And you see the other names far behind. So, but patch management only, like we talked about patching, the patching is not enough, right? Number one, the biggest challenge is not knowing the right patches. There are vulnerabilities for which we don't know the mapping of the patches. 0-day comes in and we don't know which patch to exactly apply. That mapping is a big challenge. On top of it, we don't know if the patch sometimes can break something. The IT teams are very scared of this fact that patches can be not reliable. And thirdly, what to do, this is the biggest challenge, when the vulnerabilities does not have the patch available. All your WinVerify Trust, SMBV1 vulnerabilities, they don't have patch available. Biggest challenges faced by the IT teams, and the result is increased MTTR. They take a lot of time to solve these things. So what's the solution? We talk about TruRisk Eliminate as a solution which has so many capabilities that you will see. For example, patching. We have patching for all your OS operating systems, Windows, Mac, Linux covered. Third-party apps, you don't want to do zero-touch patch automation, you can do that. Fix, very important. This is for the vulnerabilities that do not have the patch available. Right now, your IT team struggle for this. They need to see the patch, they need to see the fixes. They scroll through websites, get some fixes, write those scripts, deploy in testing, a lot of MTTR. A lot of time is wasted, increased MTTR, and it takes around 7 months to fix these kind of vulnerabilities. It's based on the anonymized data. Qualys has permanent fixes for these, so you can just deploy that. Within a week or less, you should be able to fix things. And then there are vulnerabilities which have patches available, but you don't deploy those. Those Java patches, those Oracle patches, right, which you don't deploy because you think that it might break something. For those, we have mitigations available. And then if your IT team says that I have my own script that I want to write to fix something, you can customize as per your own needs. We give you that flexibility. And last but not the least, isolation. If you want to isolate a machine, you can do that too. So the thing is, there is the whole set of elimination options, risk elimination options that I see, as I tell you, and you can see here. And this is what our CEO called as the remediation buffet. He was talking about this. And it's all powered by AI-based recommendation engine, which maps your vulnerabilities automatically to the remediation and mitigation actions. So what about the future? What do we do now with the future, right? So we have the AI-based suggestions and the predictions in this engine, right? So what we have is actually, we will map your, we don't just tell you that patch, this is a patch that you need to deploy. We will tell you exactly that if this patch is reliable or not, right? So imagine if we tell you the patch is reliable, it becomes very easy for your IT teams to deploy that. They don't have to do a lot of testing there, right? And then the other thing is, let's say you don't have Qualys agent on your machine. What to do there? Patching, mitigation, all the capabilities that I told you that you just saw in the previous slide, they are dependent on agent, Qualys agent. What if you don't have the Qualys agent? Maybe you're using something else, some other EDR agent or some other intrusion prevention system. We will now integrate with those as well, all the third-party tools. That is something where we are investing heavily so that you can take actions by your CrowdStrike agent, so that you can take action by your firewall. So we'll be integrating, and for any vulnerability, we'll map the right remediation actions, and we'll open that window for you, and you can choose what tool you want to use from Qualys console to protect your assets. Now, agentic part of it is, let's say you have 50 vulnerabilities to address. We are intelligent enough to tell you that 40 of those will be fixed automatically in the next 3 days by automation. We understand the schedules. We have the predictions in place that your IT teams have the schedules already, which will fix these 40 by automation. Remaining 10, those are the things that you need to solve now. You don't need to worry about all 50. But the remaining 10 are mapped to the patches that might break something, because those patches are not reliable. How do we know that? Because we have the AI-based recommendation engine. We know that your patches to which these remaining 10 vulnerabilities are mapped to are not good enough. In that case, we can deploy mitigations offered by Qualys, right? So this is where agentic will actually help you with exact predictions and mapping to the right patches or mitigation actions. That is where I call this as patchless patching, because here we are applying a mitigation and not a direct patch. So we can now leverage AI. Now imagine, so we did this analysis of around 4,000 Windows patches, and we found that 92% had high reliability. Now imagine telling this to your IT team that, okay, you need to fix 50,000 vulnerabilities. There are 4,000 patches that you need to deploy. They'll get crazy, right? Because 4,000 patches, a lot of testing. But if I tell them out of those, 92% are reliable, I know. You can just deploy those without even testing once. This will reduce your MTTR by weeks, I'm telling you, right? If you know the patch reliability in advance, buy a trusted vendor like Qualys, you can deploy those. And on your non-critical assets, put it under patch automation. Anytime the patch comes in from a vendor, deploy it. And last but not the least, I want to tell you the risk reduction recommendations that we provide. We are the only solution that provides you risk reduction recommendations. Everyone gives you patch to vulnerability mapping. We give you the recommendations. Deploy top 10 patches. We give you that list. Deploy top 10 patches, fix maximum risk. These 5 applications, third-party applications, your notepads, Chromes, Zoom, or WinZips, put those under patch automation for high risk reduction. Mitigate the vulnerabilities where there is operational risk, because we know where is operational risk. Isolate the assets which have not been patched for 30 days or 90 days, let's say. And then complex vulnerabilities. Now this is where I want to give you take 1 minute of yours. Complex vulnerabilities. This could be a Chrome vulnerability for which patches are there. But some of you must have installed Chrome in your own home. It could be under C users, your own name, right? In that case, no patching solution will be able to fix it, right? Because there is no patching solution that can go inside user space. So with CAR, with custom assessment remediation, with the scripting capabilities that Qualys provides, you can just uninstall Chrome from that place. So there are complex vulnerabilities that you can solve. And I've said enough. With this, we want to show you actually how it works. So let's see the demo by Padmanabh Sahasrabudhe, our product manager for this solution. Hey, thank you.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. So, what I'm going to show you is actually what all vision we just saw, which my colleague Lavish showed. And I'm going to run through the demo. What all he has been talking about as a vision, I'm going to show you as the implementation, right? So, we start with the overall view of Cyber Risk Assistant, which shows you the vulnerabilities that you have, the assets that you have in your environment, and the true risk posture. So the Cyber Risk Assistant is actually going to tell you that if do you want to have a recommendations as a plan. So once you say yes, it is going to actually take over, and this agent Sarah is going to take over this task. She is actually the remediation strategist. The way she is doing is, she is actually doing the categorization of vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities are Microsoft patch vulnerabilities. Then you have the vulnerabilities for which there is no patch available, and the third-party applications that you have. So once you have this division, the next thing that she is going to ask you is, do you want to create a dashboard, a 5-step risk reduction dashboard? And once you give a nod, this is the risk reduction dashboard which we have seen in the morning also. It is having step 1 to step 5, which are our recommendations for it. And the step 1 is actually the third-party applications that you deal with, which is about 40% contribution. And MTTR for it is 2 months, 2 days, which is quite realistic data that we are looking with the customers. The next thing is step 2, which are the old Microsoft vulnerabilities. And this is about having 30% contribution, and the MTTR for it is 1 month, 6 days. So if you want to drill down on these vulnerabilities, the way you do it is actually you go to VMDR and you select View Risk Eliminations. Once you do that, you actually come on the Eliminate tab. Okay? Now this tab is actually a handover from security team to the IT operations team. Right? So you can see that the VMDR security analyst has actually prioritized the vulnerabilities. He has brought in over here, parked them. He has assigned them to IT operations. Now on this right-hand side, you will see that there are remediations available, and at the same time, mitigations available. Over here, the reason that you are having mitigations also, because for some of the patches, you will see that the reliability factor is shown as low. And this reliability factor is based on the calculation done by our Qualys proprietary algorithm. And if you want to see the reason why it is showing the reliability factor as low, you can go to the detailed report link. Okay? So this is the way that you can actually utilize mitigation when patch reliability is low. The next thing that comes is actually very interesting. You are having vulnerabilities for which there are no patches available. In that case, our threat research unit has identified the fixes based on the threat research, which are actually going to mark those vulnerabilities as fixed. So those are permanent fixes that you can apply in your environment. The way is very much similar to what we saw earlier. You go to View Risk Eliminations, and then from there, you can actually see all those vulnerabilities which are going to be get listed. They are not having remediation available, but they are having only mitigations available over here. And those mitigations are actually going to mark the vulnerabilities as fixed. Now, once we have seen these 3 steps, the next thing that actually comes is little complex, okay? And this is what actually my colleague Lavish just mentioned, that sometimes the users actually install Chrome, in the user space, or it is a non-default location, and no patching solution can reach over there to patch that Chrome. In this case, the only way you can deal with such vulnerabilities is actually remove the Chrome instance. Okay? And that is why we are having our custom assessment and remediation module, which is actually a set of all the scripts. You can see all the latest additions done on the left-hand side, and the most popular scripts that you can leverage on the right-hand side. The way you leverage these scripts is very simple and straightforward. You actually go to the eliminate actions, and then once you go over there, you can see the list of scripts. You make the choice of the script and just say import that script, and it's done. It's such a straightforward way in which it will be automated. And with that, I think I will hand over to our customer from Paytm Money. He has been here to share his experience on our patching solution. So I welcome you, Amit, please. This is the clicker.
Did it work? How?
Please switch to the slides. Switch to the slides, please. Now use that. It will work, it will work.
Hello everyone. I'm Amit Kumar. I'm heading DevOps at Paytm Money. So thanks for having me here. Paytm Money is one of the leading digital investment platform. We help millions to invest and grow their money through equity and mutual fund. As a IT operation, we'll have to make sure our system are purely secure, and even single vulnerability can create major impact. So we'll have to take care of our system are properly patched. We should have proper strong patching solution and IT so that we can secure customer data. So this slide is just to show that what all flavors and operating system we are using and Qualys is patching. Qualys has a lot of other platform must be having, so but this is the slide just to show what we have and what Qualys has given us the solution. So before Qualys, what challenges we were facing is we were not able to patch at scale with zero downtime, and as a SEBI regulated entity, we'll have to make sure we are fully compliant. We should have proper reporting system in place. People patch their system, but they don't have any reports. So reporting is important in audit. So that's what Qualys system has given us best reporting. In the we are able to create beautiful dashboards, and this screenshot is basically from our system itself. So we are riskometer is right now is 342, which comes under a low category. Earlier it was somewhere around 800. So Qualys has given us the best solution. We can patch our system at scale. This slide is just to show, like, as a SEBI regulated entity, we'll have to patch our system weekly twice, because we'll have to close all critical vulnerability within 7 days. So now Qualys has given us the Graviton patch management support. They have built for us for the very first time. So now we are focusing on to rollback solution for Graviton. So the next eliminate, maybe for future we will evaluate, and we'll see, like, wherever patching is not available, we'll able to fix those vulnerability. This is all about my experience with Qualys. Thank you everyone. Thanks.